into what the headlines are saying this morning. You can also watch live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Do well to subscribe to the YouTube platform as well so you can get notified when it is that we are live and you can be a part of the conversation. Please also note that these headlines are only read as published according to the editorial guidelines of these various media outlets and have got nothing to do with Nigeria Info. So ensure that you get the facts, the details, every information you need. Do your due diligence even while you react to the headline that has your attention today. Let's get into the Daily Trust as our first stop. Budget pardon. Insertions by National Assembly legal, according to Bagudu. And the writers right here say Akpabio won't resign. Senate spokesman replies PDP. Principal officers received over 200 million naira and Dume. Atiku demands probe. Port Harcourt refinery to commence operation in 2 weeks. Kanu POS operator returns 9.9 million naira mistakenly transferred to his account. Drunken father mistakes 9-year-old daughter for wife. School abductions. NSA service chiefs, Northern governors meet as armed bandits demand 1 billion naira for 287 Kuriga pupils. EU launches 40 million euros empowerment fund for Sokoto, Kanu, Jigawa. How man allegedly killed sister's husband over 20 naira sold. Tinubu writes National Assembly demands reenactment of Students' Loan Act. Kidnapping. FCT police, DSS don't have ordinary tracking devices, is what the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, is saying. Banks, telcos across Africa suffer outage as undersea cable gets destroyed. Kogi governorship. Supreme Court's OK's inspection of beavers. Let's move on to the Vanguard. 287 Kaduna students, abductors demand 1 billion naira, vow to kill victims in 20 days. Olubadan joins ancestors at 81. Banks, telecoms hit with internet failure as undersea cables damaged. We are doing average of 10-kilometer roads per month, Soludo. Consumers slam sachet water producers, retailers as prices skyrocket in Abia. Delta government reads riot act to LPG retailers in Warri. Court adjourns founder of NNPP versus Kwankwasia case to March 27th. Edo Guba, APC runs against time to settle post-primary crisis. Osun APC, PDP trade words over a delicate security threat. 3.7 trillion naira. Senate wants to arrest me. Ningi. Alleged 3 trillion naira budget padding. Atiku joins fray, demands probe. Kaduna, kidnapped students taking to locations difficult to get to. Defense headquarters. Husband gives me 1,000 naira as feeding allowance. Divorce-seeking woman tells court. Moving on to The Nation. Federal government eases access to student loan in new proposal. Labour plans showdown with states not paying minimum wage. Labour plans showdown with states not paying wage award. NSA service chiefs, northern governors strategize on security. Kyari, NNPCL can never declare loss again. EFCC uncovers how REAMD top officials misappropriated 12.4 billion naira. Ex-Oyo lawmaker jailed 16 months. House differs with NAFDAC on sachet drink ban. First Lady seeks stiffer penalties for kidnappers. Ninge's budget parting claim knock for PDP over resignation call on Akpabio. Abbas, National Assembly states to tackle insecurity. Moving on to The Punch. Undersea cable damage causes internet outages in Nigeria, Ghana, others. 84 billion naira fraud. EFCC rearranges Kogi Chief of Staff, lists ex-governor in amended charges. Tinubu appoints new DG for Border Communities Development Agency. Atiku demands probe of budget padding allegation. Supreme Court reserves judgment on 3.5 billion naira Paris Club for fraud. $35,000 naira wage award, 30 states default, labor fumes, pensioners threaten protest. Baker's throat slit in Lagos apartment, heart allegedly missing. Hoodlums invade Anambra vigilante office, set man on fire. 8 escape death in Lagos, Ibadan, multiple crashes. Lagos court jails man caught with missing person's phone. And a final stop is The Guardian. Japa or modern slavery. How UK's visa service deportation risk silence exploited care workers. FG 6 New Student Loan Act, jail term for offenders. Kaduna abductors demand 1 billion naira, threaten to kill victims. Man bags live jail term for introducing neighbor's daughter to pornography. 2 years after ascension, Olubadan joins ancestors at 82. Retired officers to sue IGP, scribe over contempt of court order. Akpabio threatened over Ninge's suspension as federal government dismisses budget padding claims. Internet outage cripples business operations in Nigeria, others. And that's it on The Guardian this morning. Time for us to get your reactions to the headlines or anyone that you want to react to. You can do that on YouTube and Facebook, where we are live at this time. And you can also call the following numbers: 08099930137 and 08095974869. Kindly go straight to your point to give room for others and more people to also get the chance to get through on the phone lines and share their thoughts as well. The WhatsApp number is 080-99930137. James Ame, good morning. Mahmoud Mohammed on YouTube says, insecurity in Nigeria, we want the president to please help and rescue those innocent children kidnapped in Kaduna and all kidnapped victims all around Nigeria. And also to reduce fuel price is what he's saying. On Facebook, good morning, Jose's Elisha, watching from Chika Phase 2 along Airport Road. Profound remedies that will stop the ugly menace of kidnapping in Nigeria, such as job creation, new policy adaptation and implementation, public awareness and empowerment programs, SIM card registrations, quitting ransom payment, remodified community policing, and stoppage of small businesses. Moazo John Lasisi says, drunk father mistakes 9-year-old daughter as wife. The man is unserious. Maybe he's drunk and he's been pushed to doing what he's been nursing in his mind. Before that, he knows what he's doing and he must face the music. Good morning.
Thank you, Dickens.
Welcome.
It's about Sinja from Mali.
Go ahead.
I'm Dickens.
Yes.
The senator has finished Nigeria totally. Why? Because and during Obasanjo, Yaradua, and Goodluck Jonathan, they were opposition. You can see how Nigeria was moving forward then. But now, what are we seeing? We're not seeing anything. We're not seeing challenges. If you try to do that, they will silence you. Abishewu Sani has been silenced. Dino Malaye has been silenced. And Bukola
But have they really been silenced? Because they've always had the opportunity to share their reservations about things happening in the country. So I wouldn't necessarily agree with the point that they've been silenced, if that's what you're going at.
When they are in Senate, this is what we are saying truth. Even that we are in opposition. So we are saying the fact what is Nigeria need to be happening. And what of the former who take from Dino Malaye? He has not been a Senate now. Why? Because he cried when he was in the 9th Senate. He cried, telling Nigerians, telling the federal government, this is what is going wrong. Today, Nengi was suspended. That is the issue. That if issue comes about money, and Adio, the Senate president today, usually being part of this thing, every day, when he gets a leadership, that is where we are going in. You can see the life of our bandits, how our children have been taken. They are requesting 1 billion. See, they have buy the chief of army staff, buy the...
No. Obasanjo, please careful with the allegations that you throw around, okay?
No, see, in a good country like this, when we have a best military, how our children, how your things, your small children will be kidnapped and go. You can see the DSS at the headquarters and said what? They cannot locate where those children are. What a country is not moving forward. They have lived us with poverty.
All right.
Poverty.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Itodo. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Abuja has coming from pleasure this morning.
Go ahead.
Kaduna State adoption children, the EHQ lamented how difficult the location there is to get there.
Yes.
Yes, that is why we are talking about the budget party. There is a equipment you get to the you get after the ministry. They will, whatever how difficult to locate, they will get to there to go arrest you. We are talking about a budget party. That is why we are talking about federal government. They should equip Nigeria Army. Nigeria Army should not take them too much to feature all those terrorists out in those forests. If they have the equipment, what are we talking? Whatever difficult at that area, the equipment you get to the military, the military will have there, whatever how difficult, they will get there to rescue those children. What are we talking about? Politicians have damaged this country. They have collapsed this country. And that is, I commend the military. Military has tried. They tried their best in this country. That is why when I see that people are criticizing the ministry, I laugh those people when they are criticizing the Nigerian ministry.
All right.
They try a lot to save this country. What is the equipment? Look at the defense intelligence company of Nigeria in Kaduna.
All right.
Where they are manufacturing gun ammunition. What is the equipment? Thank you.
Good morning.
Hi, The Voice. How are you?
Yes, welcome.
My name is Mrs. Someza. So, a beautiful woman approached court that they should dissolve her marriage because her husband gives her 8,000 naira every day. Madam, how many times did I call it twice? If your husband is able to afford 8,000 naira a day, manage him now. We know things are expensive. That's what the man can afford. It's just some of us, they know they give us anything, and we know how we manage. And that's why I always give it to Nigerian women. I beg, if that is just the problem, to me, it's not enough. I also advise the husband, I beg, maybe you go and work harder. Or you let your wife know what you are earning a day. That's why you're giving her 8,000 naira. This one, I no call for divorce. That's my own take. Finally,
yes.
Today is Friday. I join everybody to pray for the safe return of our children. Because the men of the underworld say in 20 days, they are going to kill them. I know it will not get to that stage. God will just leave the security personnel where these children are and bring them back home for us. Or God will cause confusion in the midst of those kidnappers. It happened in Buhari. They were going and they saw the ones that passed them. Those ones are going with their cow. They get problem that day. They scatter. People come back home. God will do it. God will cause confusion in the camp of the enemies. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. My name is Oluwachidi.
Welcome, Oluwachidi. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, sir. The news says that DSS said that it's difficult to track the kidnappers, where they have taken the school children to.
The terrain,
but
yeah.
It's a shameful thing for them to say. It's really a shameful thing. Mr. Itodo, I dare you now, when I speak anything against the DSS from here in my house or against the presidency or anybody, I bet you they're going to track
it was the military who made that statement, Oluwachidi.
No, it's still a shameful thing for them to make such a thing. We should be equipped with the latest technology for tracking. It is all over the world. The U.S. citizens were kidnapped somewhere in West Africa, and they came down and picked their person and went away. So it's a shameful thing for us to be announcing such a thing on the radio at this century, at this period of a time. They cannot track it. It's a shameful thing for them to say it. That's my take. Thank you.
All right, Chidi. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
Good morning. This is Charles from Usetu.
Welcome, Charles. Go ahead.
Speaking about the military not having the equipment to track where the kidnapped children were, I think it is like a joke of the century because the story looks funny. And the semi-military is tracking all the IPOB members everywhere they are. I think the whole thing is very funny. Yesterday I read the story of Nigeria taking a loan to complete the Nigeria rail line. And most of the roads in the federal roads in Nigeria now is so terrible bad.
Any specific locations you're pointing out?
Sorry?
Any specific locations? You can't just group all of them as being bad. Which locations did you go to and you saw the roads as being bad?
In the eastern corridor, where we come from. If you're traveling from Anambra to Enugu State, it's so terrible. If you're moving from Abia State to Port Harcourt, it's terrible. Because of time, I might not be able to explain them one by one.
Okay.
But the question is, with the level of decay in the infrastructure we have in the country, why will a country at this period, go and borrow money to complete the line in Niger Republic? And I want people to know that the gas line coming from the east to Europe is passing through Niger. And because of that crew and everything, there is, in fact, that pipeline cannot pass. That's why Nigeria opened border 2 days ago, borrowed money to complete that infrastructure in order for them to allow that gas line to cross.
All right.
But my happiness is Russia is waiting for them. You see the West.
How do you mean by Russia is waiting for them, Charles?
The Western world at the detriment of their own country.
All right, Charles, it's a good place to leave it. Let's go to WhatsApp and take some messages right now. Kidnap pupils taken to difficult place. The government should use difficult approach to get them. Or is Nigeria no longer a sovereign state? Is the question that Mr. Sam in Maraba is asking. Nigeria will be great again. Those bandits are terrible. It's quite unfortunate that we are in this mess. The federal government should deal with those terrorists without mercy and make sure that all abducted pupils are released without any negotiations. The North, okay, everyone should tread with caution, is what Fitzgerald in Airport Road says. Hajia Tony Abdusalam in Madala says, drunk father mistakes 9-year-old daughter for wife. So everybody's structure or the body structure of the daughter is like that of the wife. What a father is how she ends her message. May the Lord grant the soul of Olubadan, who joined his ancestors, eternal rest. The government should not allow the abductors of the pupils in Kaduna to blackmail them. Total war should be declared against them and should not be giving any kobo. The students shall not die. The Lord shall deliver them, is what Jimmy or Danny in Airport Road says. Defense headquarters says location where abducted pupils were taken to difficult to locate. Isn't that an act of incompetence? Is the question that he's asking. Nigerian security agencies need to practice based on international standards. The U.S. never negotiates with terrorists, but okay. Leadership incompetence, may God help us, is what Sunny in Suleja says. Actor in Cairo says, I want to react to the headline that says kidnappers have taken victims to location difficult to get to. If the statement was credited to local hunters, I would have understood. I don't understand why it was easier for the kidnappers to get to that hideout, but it's difficult for our own military, who have more men and sophisticated weapons than those kidnappers. Democracy without a vibrant opposition is no democracy. Senator Ningi ought to not have been suspended but allowed to prove his allegations. Our leaders must tolerate opposition for our democracy to grow and not muscle them. God bless Nigeria, is what Ode Tony in Gwarimpa says. It's 6:53 right now. We are going through the headlines and getting your reactions to them. Let's take one call before we go on this break. If you can, please, you have 40 seconds. I hope you can stick to that. Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Dr. Itodo.
Welcome. 40 seconds,
Yes, 40
please.
seconds. My name is Omotayo, reaching you from Galadimawa.
Go ahead.
Yes, Dikin Itodo, you and Obasanjo was communicating, and then I want to answer some things from what Obasanjo was saying. You know, it is our responsibility as a people to challenge our government whenever we feel the government is not delivering to us. So if we are challenging the government by accusing the government is supposed to accept it because they are not doing the job. If they are doing the job, why can't we, the people they are doing the job, foresee it? Why can't we perceive it? If we are not perceiving it, of course it is our right by constitution to blame the government, to point out to the government and call them out to do the job. So if we are accusing them, it is our right. It is within the purview of our right. Itodo, tell me, if one of the son or the daughters of Tinubu is in the hands of these kidnappers, is it as likely as they are taking it now, deliberating the life of innocent children?
This is Nigeria Info News.